Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're plunging into something that sits right on your desk, often overlooked, yet profoundly impactful on your daily well being: the humble desk lamp. Seriously, take a quick scan of your current setup. Are you leaning in, maybe squinting a bit? Do your eyes feel like they've run a marathon after a long stretch at the computer or with a good book? You might be battling an invisible strain, and trust me, you're not alone. Our mission today is to cut through all the noise. We're doing a deep dive into eye care desk lamps. Think of this as your shortcut to being genuinely well informed on protecting your vision. We'll unpack why these lamps are, well, absolutely essential, how they're fundamentally different from just any old lamp, and perhaps most importantly, what you really need to look for when choosing one.
And that invisible strain you mentioned is incredibly relevant now more than ever, isn't it? Our lives are increasingly dominated by screens and close-up work. Whether you're an adult staring at a monitor for 8 hours or a child immersed in homework or a tablet, proper lighting isn't just a nice feature. It's a foundational piece of eye health. I know the feeling of quick eye fatigue where your eyes just start to protest, and it's a constant reminder of how hard our eyes are working and how easily suboptimal conditions can accelerate things like, you know, nearsightedness.
Yeah, that really drives home how crucial this topic is, especially with how much time we all spend in front of screens. So let's start by understanding the enemy. Why does eye strain even happen? I have friends who've battled severe myopia for years, and they can tell you firsthand how quickly their eyes tire out. You add unstable illumination or even just annoying glare, and suddenly simple things like working, reading, binge watching your favorite show, or even gaming just become utterly exhausting.
And for children, the stakes are even higher. Think about it. From preschool drawing and picture books to homework, computer use for school projects, piano practice, or even late-night reading. If the lighting isn't calibrated correctly, it can unfortunately accelerate myopia. It really can. A high-quality eye care lamp makes all those long hours of various activities far, far more comfortable, truly reducing that strain from the get-go.
It's a scary thought, isn't it? As a kid, I remember my parents always yelling at me to turn on the light when I was reading under the covers. Never really thought about the long-term impact until now. So if that's the problem, what's the actual solution? What makes an eye care lamp fundamentally different from any other lamp you might just, pick up at the store?
The key really lies in their intentional design. Regular lamps often carry hidden tolls. That subtle flicker, even if you don't consciously see it, is forcing your eye muscles to constantly readjust, like doing tiny invisible push-ups all day. It's tiring. Harsh glare isn't just annoying, it washes out details, making your brain work harder to compensate. And an imbalanced light spectrum can throw off your body's natural rhythms, leading to more than just eye fatigue. It can even impact your sleep and overall energy. Eye care lamps are specifically engineered to eliminate these silent stressors. They reduce flicker, minimize glare, and carefully control blue light, all while providing incredibly even, uniform illumination across your workspace.
So they actually work then. It's not just marketing.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes, these lamps genuinely work, particularly for children and anyone spending extended hours on visual tasks.
Yeah.
They make a noticeable difference.
That really paints a clear picture of the problem and how these lamps are different. Now, for someone thinking, all right, I'm sold, but what do I actually look for? What are those non-negotiable features, the ones you absolutely have to prioritize when you're out looking for an eye care desk lamp?
That's the million-dollar question, and there are a few crucial features. First, look for flicker-free certification. As we just discussed, flicker, even imperceptible, causes significant eye strain. So that's number one.
Okay, flicker-free. Got it.
Second, adjustable brightness and color temperature are non-negotiable. You need that dynamic control to match your environment and task. You really do. Third, ensure it offers even glare-free light distribution to prevent annoying hotspots and shadows. That's key for comfort. And critically, check for a high color rendering index, CRI, of 90 or above.
CR, what exactly is that again?
Right. CRI tells you how accurately a light source renders colors compared to natural sunlight. A higher number means vastly better visual accuracy and comfort, which really reduces the brain's effort. Things just look right. Finally, look for an eye care or full spectrum design, as full-spectrum lamps specifically mimic natural sunlight, which is inherently easier on the eyes and helps reduce fatigue.
That's a great blueprint. So let's talk numbers. When we say brightness, how many lumens are we actually looking for? Because I have definitely had lamps that felt either too dim or, frankly, like a mini sun on my desk.
Yeah, finding that sweet spot is important. For general reading and writing, you're looking for something in the range of 400 to 1,000 lumens. If it's for a nightlight, around 100 lumens is generally enough, pretty dim. Moderate indoor lighting typically falls between 300 and 800 lumens. Anything over 1,000 lumens is quite bright and is best reserved for highly detailed work surfaces like crafting or technical drawing.
And can it be too bright? Is that a real thing?
Oh, absolutely, yes. A lamp absolutely can be too bright. Overly bright light causes glare, forces your pupils to contract excessively, which is surprisingly tiring, leading to eye fatigue and even headaches. Adjustable brightness is really key here, so you're always getting just the right amount of light, not too much, not too little.
Makes sense. And the age-old debate. Warm light, which tends to be more yellow, versus cool light, which is whiter. Which is better for your eyes? Or is it more nuanced than that?
It's definitely more nuanced. It's not really about one being universally better, but rather what's most appropriate for the task and the time of day. Warm light around 3000 Kelvin is relaxing and fantastic for general reading, especially in the evening when you're winding down.
So yellow light isn't bad.
No, not at all. In fact, many find it gentler on the eyes. On the other hand, cool white light at 5000 Kelvin or higher is more energizing and ideal for focused work or detailed tasks like drawing or studying during the day. The best option, hands down, is an adjustable lamp. That way you can effortlessly switch between warm and cool as needed, matching the light to your different tasks and moods throughout the day.
Okay, so we know what to look for, but how do we actually use it? Let's talk practical wisdom. Once you have this amazing eye care lamp, where should you actually place it for optimal benefit? Because I've definitely seen some awkward lamp setups in my time.
Right, proper placement is crucial to avoid those annoying shadows and glare. If you're right-handed, you should place the lamp on the left front side of your desk.
Left front for righties. Okay.
Exactly. Conversely, if you're left-handed, place it on the right front side. Basically, you want the light coming from the opposite side of your writing hand. And generally, you want to maintain about 30 centimeters or approximately 12 inches between the lamp and the desk surface. This distance helps prevent direct glare and unwanted shadows. Just be mindful that improper angling can definitely contribute to eye strain, so play around with it a bit to get it right for you.
Now, a big concern for many people, and one I often wonder about myself, is blue light. We hear so much about it. Can LED lamps damage your eyes? And how can we really protect against blue light exposure?
That's a very common and valid concern. It's true that poor quality LEDs can emit excessive blue light and may cause problematic flicker. That is a risk with cheap, uncertified lamps. However, certified eye care LED lamps are specifically designed to be safe. They significantly reduce these risks by controlling blue light output and ensuring flicker-free operation.
So look for that certification again.
Precisely. For overall protection against blue light, beyond choosing a good lamp, you should also avoid using bright screens in total darkness. That contrast is harsh. Enable night mode or warm light settings on your devices. Most phones and computers have this now. And if you're particularly sensitive, you might consider wearing blue light blocking glasses, especially in the evening.
Okay, practical tips. Now, what about these monitor light bars? We're seeing a lot of them pop up and they look pretty slick. My first thought was, great, one less thing on my desk. But are they really a viable replacement for a dedicated eye care desk lamp? Or are they serving a different purpose entirely?
That's an excellent distinction to make. They serve a different, though related, purpose. Monitor light bars are fantastic for reducing screen glare on your monitor itself. They illuminate your immediate screen area, which is great for digital tasks, focusing light downwards onto the keyboard and screen area. However, they don't provide the broad, uniform light coverage you need for tasks like reading a physical book or writing notes on your actual desk surface away from the monitor.
Ah, so not a replacement then.
Exactly. They are best used alongside a dedicated eye care desk lamp, not as a replacement for one. They really complement each other, each tackling a different lighting need.
Good to know. And for those of us who are becoming more conscious of responsible disposal, how do you even get rid of one of these high-tech desk lamps when its time is up? It's not exactly something you can just toss in the regular bin, right?
You're right to be mindful of that. LED desk lamps are generally classified as household electronics or e-waste. The best approach is always to check your local recycling or waste collection guidelines, as these can vary significantly by region. Many municipalities have specific collection points or programs for electronic waste, so just look up your local council's advice.
All right, so after hearing about all these features and benefits and considering the growing importance of proper lighting, are there any specific models or brands you'd recommend to our listener right now? Any standouts?
There are definitely standouts in the market. BenQ is a top pick. They've really specialized in this area. Specifically, their YT Smart Eye Care Desk Lamp Comes highly recommended by parents, students, and professionals alike. I've personally used it, and it really is a game changer for eye comfort. It's not just effective, it actually feels good to use. It has this wide, curved head that spreads light really evenly.
What makes it so good?
Well, it's stylish, sure, but it's packed with smart features, like a built-in light sensor that automatically adjusts brightness based on ambient light. Plus, it has, I think, 23 brightness levels and 13 color temperatures, so tons of control. And a really flexible design, so you can position the light exactly where you need it. Another reliable brand that makes well-known eye care desk lamps is 3M. They also have some solid options.
Wow, that BenQ one sounds pretty advanced. I'm definitely thinking about my own setup now. It's funny, when you think about how far these lamps have come, especially with the LEDs, it makes you wonder, where did this whole LED thing even start? What's the story behind that? Is it a recent thing?
It's a great piece of history, actually, and it demonstrates how a seemingly small scientific concept can transform our world. The initial concept of the LED, the light-emitting diode, was actually introduced by a Russian scientist, Oleg Lusev, way back in 1927.
1927.
Yeah, but it wasn't practical then. The real breakthrough, the practical high-brightness blue LED, which truly revolutionized lighting and allowed for efficient white light because you need blue to make white light efficiently with LEDs, that wasn't invented until the 1990s. That major leap came from Japanese scientists Shuji Nakamura and his colleagues, Ifamo Akasaki and Hiroshi Amano. It was such a monumental innovation that it earned them the 2014 Nobel Prize in Physics. It really shows how a fundamental concept can take decades of dedicated research to become a practical, everyday technology that impacts millions.
That's incredible. From 1927 to a Nobel Prize in 2014. Amazing.
So, to bring it all back home then, the core takeaway from this deep dive seems pretty clear. A good eye care desk lamp isn't just a convenient accessory for your workspace. Not at all. It is a vital tool for reducing eye dryness, alleviating fatigue, and truly protecting your long-term vision. It genuinely makes those long study sessions, work hours, or creative projects so much easier on your eyes.
Absolutely. And maybe stepping back to consider the broader implications, it makes you wonder, doesn't it? How might being more intentional about choosing the right tools, even for seemingly small everyday tasks like lighting your desk, fundamentally shift our long-term well-being and productivity in an increasingly digital world? It's really about being proactive, not just reactive when your eyes start hurting.
A truly thought-provoking question, and something definitely worth mulling over as you look at your own workspace. We hope this deep dive helps you optimize your environment and perhaps even continue your own explorations. Thanks for joining us.